Hello, everybody. I want to go over a couple of things from the ChemThink and talk diatomic elements. So this is just going to be a short little synopsis of some things that I think you need to know. So first, what is the difference between an element, a molecule, and a compound? I'm going to draw some examples for us here. Oops. So let's start with an element. An element would be simply one type of atom, symbolized here just by one red circle. I'm going to skip molecules, come back to it. A compound would be two or more different atoms. So here we're going to show that with multiple different colors that are chemically bonded together, like in water. We have one oxygen and two hydrogen. So that would be a compound. A molecule is sort of in the middle. I'm not going to say it's in the middle exactly, but all compounds are molecules. Not all molecules are compounds, and some elements are molecules. So molecules can kind of be a catch-all term for us here, but the main difference is that whereas a compound has two or more different elements, a molecule might not. A molecule is simply any two atoms that are chemically bonded together. So all compounds are molecules, but not all molecules are compounds. We can have an element shown right here because we have the same type of atom. They are chemically bonded together. This is an element, and it's also a molecule. So the ChemThink had really great pictures and went into a lot more detail with that. I just wanted to sort of clear that up. And I want to talk about this situation right here. When we have two atoms that are chemically bonded together and those atoms are the same, it's called a diatomic element. So a diatomic element is any time we have two of the same atom that are chemically bonded. There are some elements, 7 to be exact, that simply do not exist on their own in nature. Hydrogen, you will never find just one hydrogen atom chilling by itself. It's always going to have a buddy, all right? So let's look at the periodic table here. Let's talk about what these 7 diatomic elements are. So I already mentioned hydrogen, so I'm going to start there. Hydrogen is one of the diatomic elements. Then over here on the right side of the periodic table, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, those are diatomic elements, and all of these elements below fluorine. These are all diatomic, meaning that they all exist as two atoms. So H2, N2, O2, F2, etc. All right, they all exist as two atoms chemically bonded together. So, how can you remember what these 7 elements are? Well, I got a couple tricks for you. So if you look at what I have circled here in red, I'm a big hockey fan, and so what this looks like to me is a hockey puck and a hockey stick. Granted, the stick's upside down, but bear with me a little bit, okay? So hockey stick, hockey puck, maybe that will help you remember. They also make the shape of a 7. So the ones on the right side here, they take the shape of a 7, but then you just kind of have to remember that hydrogen is the 7th because there's only 6 on that right side. So you have to remember that hydrogen is there, but make the shape of a 7. There's 7 of them. But I saved my best for last. So the best way, I think, of remembering all of these diatomics, I'm going to write an acronym up here at the top. Well, it's more like a name. So these are the 7 diatomics: hydrogen, oxygen, fluorine, bromine, iodine, nitrogen, and chlorine. And if you say them all together, it kind of sounds like an evil villain scientist guy who's out to destroy the world or take over or something. So it's like Hofbrinkel. Reminds me a lot of Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Anybody? All right. Well, if you say Hofbrinkel, I like to say it like you're really angry. Like this person, this professor, this doctor guy has absolutely ruined all of your plans and is just bent on destroying the world, like Hofbrinkel. So that's sort of the energy that I like to give it. So Hofbrinkel, if you can remember that, then you can remember your 7 diatomic elements as well. So that's basically this video, just really short. Wanted to talk about all the different types of diatomic elements, how molecules, elements, and compounds are all different. And that's all I have for you today.